Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to tackle a pretty big topic, money. We're going to show you how to become an absolute pro at managing your cash, not with some complicated app, but with something you already use every single day, simple math. So let's jump right in.
Does this sound a little too familiar? You get your pocket money, maybe a gift, and it feels pretty good. But then, just a few days later, you check your pocket and poof, it's just gone. It's such a common feeling, and you're just left wondering, wait, where did it all go?
I mean, that's the big question, isn't it? It's not like you went out and bought something huge. You didn't buy a new phone or anything. So seriously, where did that money actually vanish to? Well, here's the answer. And you know what? The culprit usually isn't one big purchase. It's the small stuff. It's that daily snack you grab, that tiny in-game purchase that seems like nothing, or that delivery fee you kind of ignored. These little impulse buys are like tiny leaks in a bucket, and they drain your money way faster than you think.
Now, when I say the word budgeting, I know what you might be thinking. It sounds like no fun, no spending, basically just being stingy, right? Well, today we are going to completely flip that idea on its head.
Yeah, the big misconception is that budgeting is all about restriction, that it's just about telling yourself no all the time. But the reality? It's the total opposite. Budgeting is about being in control. It's you telling your money where it should go instead of scratching your head and wondering where it went. And here's the most powerful part of this whole thing. The tool you need to take control, you already have it. It's just basic math. We're talking addition, subtraction, maybe a little percentage work. I promise, no complicated calculus needed here.
So let's get practical. Let's open up that math toolkit and see what's inside. We're going to break down the super simple concepts you need to start setting your own rules for your own money.
First up, income. This one's the easy one. It's simply any and all money that comes in. So that could be your weekly allowance, money you get as a birthday gift, you name it. That's your starting point.
And of course, on the other side of the coin, we've got expenses. This is all the money that goes out. It covers the whole shebang, from the stuff you actually need, like school supplies, to all the fun things you want, like snacks or going to the movies.
So here's the key. It's how these two things relate to each other. And it all comes down to this one master formula. Your savings is simply your income minus your expenses. This little equation, it's the engine of your entire budget. It looks so simple, but trust me, it is so powerful.
Okay, so you know the formula. But how do you actually decide how much to spend and how much to save? Just staring at a number can feel a little weird. Well, there's a really smart and simple rule that can give you an amazing place to start.
It's called the 50-30-20 rule. And the idea is just to split your income into 3 buckets. 50% for your needs, the essentials, 30% for your wants, that's all the fun stuff, and that final crucial 20%, that goes directly into savings. It's for your future goals.
Okay, theory is great and all, but let's see how this math actually works when it's put to the test. Let's dive into some real-world examples and see how this all comes together.
So just imagine you get 500 rupees a week. If we use that 50-30-20 rule, the math is super easy. 50% for your needs is 250 rupees, 30% for wants is 150, and 20% for savings is 100 rupees. And just look at that. You've paid for what you need, you've had some fun, and you've still automatically saved 100 rupees without even breaking a sweat.
All right, let's flip the script a bit. Let's look at an example of what happens when we don't have a plan. It's time to investigate that sneaky small spending trap we talked about earlier. It starts with something tiny. A 20 rupee bag of chips every day after school. It seems like absolutely nothing, right? I mean, it's just 20 rupees. What possible harm could that do? Well, let's do the math. 20 rupees a day, 7 days a week. That's suddenly 140 rupees. Okay, wow, now we're talking about a real number. That could be a movie ticket right there. But hold on, it gets even crazier. Multiply that by 4 weeks in a month, and your harmless little chip habit is costing you 560 rupees a month. That's huge. For a lot of us, that's more than a whole month's budget for stationery. See how fast it adds up?
Now for our last example, and honestly, it's the most powerful one. Let's see how math can turn a wish into a real achievable goal. Because having something specific you want to buy, it's one of the best motivators there is.
Let's say you need a new calculator that costs 1,200 rupees, and you want to get it in about 2 months, so 8 weeks. The math tells you exactly what to do. You just take 1,200, divide it by 8 weeks, and that means you need to save 150 rupees a week. All of a sudden, that big number feels totally manageable. It's not some vague hope anymore. It's a real plan.
Okay, so we've gone through the theory and we've seen the examples. Now comes the most important part. It's your turn to put this into practice and really become the pro here.
I want you to try the simple 7-day challenge. For just 1 week, grab a notebook and track all the money that comes in and all the money that goes out. Be specific. At the end of the week, do the math. I think you might actually be shocked to find out where your money is really going. It's an exercise that could totally change your habits.
So, let's do a quick recap of the big ideas. Remember, budgeting is just about 3 things: income, expenses, and savings. Watch out for how quickly those small daily spends add up. If you want to make saving easier, give yourself a specific goal. And most importantly, remember that math turns money from a random surprise into a concrete plan that you are in charge of.
So I'll leave you with this one final thought. Your money isn't just something that you have or you don't have. Think of it like a tool. It has so much potential. And just like a hammer or a paintbrush, you can use it to build something amazing. So the real question is, what are you going to build?